I'm Zeon Richards, director of XYZee Limited, manage Wretch to George the Poet and Jacob Banks. At first, I just had a drive. I was just helping out a friend, Wretch, and just doing what I can, trying to get him in newspapers, trying to get his music played by others as a young 15, 16-year-old, and it kind of manifested itself into a job years to come. But I think at first you just need to drive. Secondly, you need to be very honest with yourself. Look outside in. What aren't you good at? How is it appealing to other people, and then make those changes you have to make it happen. So it's forever a learning process. Well, at first when we were sending emails, it was all directly from Wretch. Even if it was from me, I'll send it from Wretch. But then I learned that that doesn't appeal as a team. If you're a company wanting to invest in someone, you want to invest into their management, invest into them, invest into their team. So we had to change the structure to ensure that that's how it looked from the outside. I think some people see the glitz and glamour of it without seeing hard work. So you might see someone do a show and kill it and see 1,000 people screaming for them and think amazing, but you haven't seen in the morning when they've been doing press, and then when they've had to travel and they've only ate once a day, and the pressures that brings, and doing 10 interviews in a row answering the same questions. While I just think that it's a rough with the smooth, and it's extremely challenging, but you have to be ready for that. Not at all. From day one, I wanted to be the guy in the back, and I appreciate it more than ever, because if I want to go down the street now and buy what I want, I can buy it, no one will bother me. And I think it's just best. It's best the artist. There's no point being a manager that's trying to get that type of rapport. Your artist should be the person put to the front, because at the end of the day, they're the person that's putting themselves out there. They're putting all their emotions. They're making press have to chase them around and whatnot. I live a normal life. I can live where I want. I can have a standard family, and it's all cool. So it's just part and parcel. Yeah, it's the most selfish game that you can be in for me. I think you have to have such a narrow-minded view of things. It's music and everything else. Your family and friends around you really have to understand that, and I'm lucky enough to work with my best friend from when I've grown up, so it's good because we understand and we're a support system for each other. But if it was someone I didn't have that relation with and it was strictly business, I would find it much harder. Very much so. When I've delved into other business areas such as George or Jacob, it's been things that he's encouraged me to do, and I'm very thankful for that, because he could have easily said, we got in this together, no, it's just me and you, but he wants us to build something, and he understands that might mean time I've got to take away from him, or I can't go. I go to less shows of his than I would like to, but he understands what we're trying to do here, so it's good. I think it's always going to be difficult. I think at the end of the day, we're in a world where one station breaks you, and it's Radio 1. So we're constantly trying to impress one station, no matter how much work you've done or how much stripes you've got. And because our country's so small, it's difficult. Whereas America's a completely difficult place, but you can be huge in the hip-hop world and not broken over commercially and still be successful. But over here, that doesn't really happen to that degree. One thing I've learned is that you can be amazingly talented, but you need to have a uniqueness about yourself. And there's no point you coming out and being Jessie J, because we've already got a Jessie J. You come out, I think you need a uniqueness, whether it's a sound you're going with or your vocal delivery and your look. But understanding you're a package. People take you as a package, how you look, how you sound, how you carry yourself in interviews. So I think from day one, be aware of how you're presenting yourself in all areas. I just love seeing young people that have gone outside their day to be in part of something like this. And you know what? We need to be honest and say that, look, 80% of these people will not have a career as a musician, but a day like this might encourage them to say, you know what, I want to be an A&R, or I want to be a manager, or I want to help my friend that is slightly better than me. So if you can help one person, then we've done a great thing. And I back in the day, I went to one of these, and it really helped me, because it helped me understand the groundwork you've got to do. So